We are 43 days out. It is pre-workout meal. It's about 3:45 in the morning. I've got white rice, 140 grams now, 140 grams. 40 grams of ground turkey to give it a little bit of protein and fat, and then 3/4 cup of egg whites. So it's all mixed in nice. Get my instant coffee. Let's rock and roll. It's a push day. 44 days out, on the way to the gym. It's about 4:30 in the morning. We're actually running a little bit behind. We're gonna get back early because Kathy has boot camp today. It's a Friday. I was going through my blood panel, or I just got blood work done. I was going through the tests that I took. I did this test through Merrick Health, and I used a combination or a category. They have a SKU called the Stan Efferding Checkup Panel. I'm a big fan of Stan Efferding's work. If you've heard the Vertical Diet, if you haven't, I highly recommend. Anyway, he has a test there that's a nice, what's called a checkup panel, which is his collection of things he recommends you check regularly. It's basically it's very similar to what you'd get from an annual physical, plus a few other things like checking testosterone, as well as, and now I'm totally blanking on some of these other tests. But the ones that I am quite confident that or the ones I'm thinking about, I want to talk about now, are the ones that I didn't take. So I have done a panel. He also has a much larger panel that includes magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, stuff like that. I didn't have deficiencies in those, but I also had spent some time supplementing, like taking a little bit of magnesium, taking some vitamin D, just the big tub you can get at Costco. I've stopped doing that, or I stopped doing that when I got my initial results that said I was good. And I don't know if I've ever actually checked again to see, oddly enough, if, hey, are those levels still fine even without the supplements? And the reason I mention it now is because I'm 7 weeks out so I'm into the diet pretty significantly, and my foods are starting to become very constant. So at this point now, especially with these updated macros I got this week, the fat in my per meal, I think 44 grams of fat for the day, and the way it's spread out over the course of the meals, it does make it a bit challenging to get in protein sources that have any appreciable fat in them. Meaning things like grilled chicken or chicken breasts, skinless boneless chicken breasts, and now egg whites are making up more of my protein sources. I don't think there's anything wrong with egg whites, but I have a tendency to overuse them because when I'm putting my meals together, if I can get a little bit of, let's say, a 93.7 something in there, then I use the egg whites, which are pure protein, to make sure I hit my protein total without adding any more fat. So I basically use a protein source with fat in it to hit until I hit my fat total, and then I complete the protein requirement for the meal with the egg white. The challenge is the egg whites aren't a real complete protein, at least as I understand it. I could be wrong about this, but that's kind of my understanding is like, egg whites are fine, but if they're the mainstay of your diet, then you're missing out. It'd be better to have a whole egg. It'd be better to have some ground beef. Something that's more nutrient dense. Now the specifics of like, what do you mean more nutrient dense? Which nutrients to what density? I largely don't know. So that's where I rely on my blood panels to say, hey, I'm either on track or off track, etc. So like I have plenty of that sort of thing. So I'm just realizing that in doing this recent blood panel 2 days ago, I should have added in some of these other tests. Otherwise, I don't actually know if I'm deficient in those areas. But I guess I'll wait and see what the overall test looks like. And if it looks, I don't know, bad, I feel fine. So I guess that's maybe the other marker is when I did that initial test, it was because I wasn't feeling good. Now I feel good. So we'll see. But anyway, I like doing the blood work regularly, and I didn't realize you could add these individual tests, and it's pretty cool.
just finished up my set of 100 push-ups for time. And after my video recording from this in my previous workout, I realized, oh my gosh, my push-ups are terrible. I'm not going all the way up, right? I'm not locking out. Which I'll say kind of maybe narcissistically, I'm less concerned about triceps. But I know my intention was to lock out, to do a full range of motion. And so go figure, now I do that today, and boy, is it a lot harder. My goodness, I felt those push-ups today, and the time it took me to complete the 100 went from, I don't know, maybe 2.5 minutes or something. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I used to back in the day be able to just do 100 straight. But at the end of the workout, that's not gonna happen. But I went from, I don't know, doing the first 40 or so, without stopping, to I'm 25 reps in. I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a grind. But it's just a good reminder for me, even on something as simple as push-ups, an exercise I've been doing, or I don't know when did we do our first push-up? It was like, as a small child, you understand there's this concept of push-up, and you've probably done some. To 35 years old, and I'm finally starting to get it right. And go figure, it's not too late for me. So I don't know. Hey, maybe it's not too late for you either.
God.
Rosie's cold. You think so? Is that in her nose that's cold?
Yeah.
Post-workout meal preparation. We've got some eggs with some egg whites for the munchkin. Unfortunately, my breakfast will be just the egg whites, a full cup, with oatmeal, of course. But none of this fun yellow color for me. But for you, yes. Excited to eat some eggs? Champion. Just finished up a cardio session, meal A. So first meal of the afternoon. We got some ground turkey, a little bit of grilled chicken, 105 grams of white rice, 32 protein, 30 carb, 9 grams of fat. Let's go. Meal B, we've got ground turkey, chicken, 25 grams, so just a little bit, and 5 ounces sweet potato, 32, 30, 9. Meal C, nailed these macros. I needed 70 grams of rice, and I did it in 2 spoonfuls. I'm really proud of that, so I could have a plum with the rest of my dinner, and 3 ounces cooked weight of ground turkey. Isn't that fun? Isn't that right, Kathy? Aren't you excited?
Yeah, so exciting. So
Where is she?
cool.
Where is she? There she is.
So cool.
I'm the coolest.
That's good.
Trash, Lydia. That's the trash. It's trash. How do you think? You think my front pose is coming along? It's kind of hard with the camera. Yeah. You think? We got a little. She's videoing too. We'll go over to the side. I don't know, Lydia.